Hi guys, and welcome to the template on metrics and dashboards for software as a service companies. So I want to quickly show you the single steps that you need to take in order to customize this template and to suit your needs. And I can guarantee you already, it's going to be super simple to customize. So first, let's take a quick look at the different sheets. We have one sheet that's called mapping. Now, by now, we are very well aware of what these sheets are about. And about this template, really, you just need to update the month that you would like to display. So in this particular case, we're looking at 24 months of data, June 2019 until June 2021. So we're including a bit of a projection in here. Then the prior month is also to be maintained, right? This is also going to be super important, especially as we look at the visualization of different data and also to look at growth rates. The other part about this template is that you need to update your particular business model. So in this template with the pre-populated data, we actually have 3 different subscription models, basic, advanced, and premium. And all 3 of them have different monthly prices. This is going to be super important as we try to calculate the MRR and ARR going forward. But apart from that, this is pretty much it on the mapping sheet. So let's move on to the metrics. Now, the metrics as such, I would say 90% of it is calculated automatically. You don't need to take any action here. All that you need to do actually is update the cells in white. So I want to quickly walk you through the different sections in here. The first one is an email newsletters tracker. So basically, with people signing up for a newsletter, we start off with 45 in June, and then we just added the new signups and the people who actually unsubscribe, to whom we refer to as the churn. That will automatically calculate the total number of email subscribers at period end, and this will then be the beginning number of subscribers in the next period. So you see that all you need to update, in fact, is just these 2 lines, because everything else will be calculated automatically. Now, the churn rate is calculated automatically, actually taking into consideration the people unsubscribing versus the total signups that we had for the month. And then we also have a so-called annualized retention rate, in which we basically just deduct the churn rate and we multiply to the power of 12, right? So this is giving us an annualized retention rate, which as we increase the number of subscribers, of course, gets bigger, meaning that more and more people are actually staying with us. Now let's move on to the next section, which is actually subscriptions. Now, these are the bare number of subscriptions that people sign up for. Now, as I said before, we have the basic, advanced, and premium package. And for all of these 3 different sections, we essentially have the same setup as with the email newsletters. We have a beginning number of customers, we have new customers coming in, and a churn. So that gives us with an ending number of customers as well as the churn rate. This will be important because we need to keep track of the subscribers. First, we want to understand how many people actually opt for which kind of subscription service. And then later on, as we want to calculate revenues, this will of course also be very important. Now, everything else is calculated automatically. No need for you to take any action here. We can actually close this one because once we've populated all of this information, we will see a summary down here at the bottom, which also gives us the total number of customers overall. Now, once we have this information available, we can actually calculate the subscription revenue. Now, the subscription revenue is the combination of the number of subscriptions multiplied by the monthly price. So you see that we are actually taking the number at the top for the subscriptions right over here. And then we're using a VLOOKUP formula to bring in the information from the mapping table, which is basic, $15 per month. That will give us the subscription revenue for each and every month. Now, of course, for our kind of business, it's also important to actually calculate the monthly recurring revenue, assuming that these people will stay with us. So that would just be the sum of all the 3 different subscription models. Now, if you want to look at the full year, assuming that none of these are actually leaving us and there will be no change in the number of subscriptions, then we can actually multiply this by 12 and we will get the annual recurring revenue, or ARR. So this is it for the metrics. Once you've done this part, pretty much everything else will be calculated automatically. And what I mean by that is, if we just quickly look at the dashboard over here, you will have one selection right here in which you can just select a certain period, so April 2020. And at one glance, you will see all of the relevant information that's coming right here. Total number of email subscribers, the churn rate, total number of customers, MRR, ARR, and then also visualizations thereof, right? So down here at the bottom, you have a couple of charts that really display the changes from one period to the other. If we move over to the charts, I just want to give you a brief outlook as to what you can do with the different data that is provided to you. We can visualize the email newsletter subscriptions by saying, this is our target that we want to achieve in terms of the churn rate. It's about 2.3%. And then here in the light green, we see the evolution of the churn rate across the periods. And you see that it's actually going down, right, as we increase the number of email subscriptions. On the other hand side, right here, we can have a look at the MRR and customer overview. You see that the MRR actually remains quite stable. It's at least more stable than the number of customers. So of course, we would like to know what's behind that, what's driving that, because our revenue seems to be more stable than the actual subscriptions. So for this, we could actually look at the bottom chart right here, which actually displays the MRR by category, basic, advanced, and premium. And you will also see that there are certain trend lines behind it. For example, in the advanced subscription, you have a slight increase in the tendency across the periods. The premium ones are slightly going downward, and then the basic ones essentially remain flat. You could also show this in terms of monthly subscriptions by category, right? And if we're just showing a bar chart, giving you the total number of subscriptions each and every month. Alternatively, if you don't like these views, there's another one down here at the bottom where you can see the monthly subscriptions by category. This time, again, giving you a kind of different view at the data, and also the MRR by category shown as bar charts. So overall, I hope that this template will be useful for your business, especially as you try to customize it with your different offerings, and maybe you want to bring in one or two more views, but these charts and the dashboard will give you some great inspiration to really get started with your business and track your revenues accordingly.